Dear friend, this is probably one of the best questions I could ever ask. And it's very simply this: can you name one thing about our humanity, about our laws, our world, our country that is improving and benefiting us? Can you think of anything that is hitting us? In fact, that should very simply be President Trump's saying. That should be his complete and total reference, his complete and total I guess what you'd call it is his motto, so to speak. Because we're looking at 167 days until the election. And what we're seeing right now is something very, very interesting. We're seeing something which is fascinating to me. We're seeing something very fascinating because we're seeing it getting to the final moments. We're really getting down to brass tacks, as it were. And we're really not understanding exactly how close we are to getting our country back again. If that makes any sense. Think about this. Think about this. It's an incredible story. 168 days. 168 days. It blows my mind. Now, my friends, before we begin today's exercise, we're going to be looking at an event last night, which you'll find, because it's always great to break something down and say, oh, yeah, I saw that. It goes, oh, no. I don't think you understand that. It was an event. It was an interview between one Abby Phillip and some feller named Cameron. This unintelligible gibberish that, again, infects and bothers and distorts and occludes our intellectual horizon. These morons, these monosyllabic, mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, incoherent, monosyllabic, I might have said that, cretins, Boeotians, dimwits, dullards, fools, who for some reason have now been elevated to a status of adoration and praise, apparently because of their, in some cases, not all, but in some cases, is kind of a thug-like, faux tough guy incoherence. Indecipherable, brain damage, brain dead incoherence. That I don't know if any other language, I mean, let's face it, there are people who, there are very, very difficult people to understand. Sometimes in Ireland and Scotland where nobody knows what they're saying, but it's more of a, dare I say, a slang, a particular patois versus, I think, brain damage or dame bramage, as one of us said. So in any event, dear friends, please like the video. Get ready. You are going to love today's explication, expatiation, disquisition. You're going to love it. But before we begin, I'm telling you yet again, dear friends, that if there's one thing we learned after COVID, after that horror, we learned to be prepared, to be ready to go when the next tidal wave of contagion hits. And that's why, if you've ever listened to anything, you will listen very carefully to this incredibly critical, absolutely vital information you're about to hear now. It blows my mind that more people aren't talking about this, that everyone's not talking about this. The fact is that on Thursday, March 21st, the court ruled that the FDA must delete every social media post addressing the use of ivermectin for treatment or prevention of COVID-19. Now, it's been determined that the FDA lied in their demonizing of ivermectin and other effective drugs for the last 4 years, vindicating doctors like Dr. Peter McCullough, who stood strong despite every cancellation campaign. But the question is, okay, how do I get ivermectin? or hydroxychloroquine, HCQ. Most doctors still won't even consider prescribing it. Remember, there will be a next time. And the wellness company's contagion emergency kit, complete with the McCullough protocol, has you covered. The only one of its kind, this prescription emergency kit provides you with a carefully selected assortment of effective medications for COVID-19 and other respiratory illnesses. Ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, HCQ, Z-Pak, Tamiflu, and budesonide, along with a nebulizer, so you can rest easy knowing that you have emergency meds on hand, along with a guidebook for safe use. The Wellness Company's Contagion Emergency Kit is a must-have. Go to twc.health/Lionel and grab your Contagion Emergency Kit right now. That's twc.health/Lionel and use code Lionel to save $30 and free shipping at checkout. Kits are only available in the U.S. My friends, we're in a cultural demise. And it's very, very sad because for some reason there is this elevation of people who are, I'm sorry, stupid beyond anything we ever thought even possible. Did you see this terrible story about this young man, 17 years old, who pulled a, dare I say, I hate to say this, a Terry Kath, who in 1978 was playing around with a gun and blew his brains out accidentally? Rilo Huncho. This is just, this, excuse me. Rilo Huncho was seen on, I can't show you this one. No. Posted to his Instagram, showing off a handgun, waving the barrel while displaying its built-in green laser light sight and flashlight. He then took control of the grip, appeared to shut off the safety, and pointed the gun to his head before saying, F y'all ends. Do the math, and pulled the trigger. He left the view of the camera, of course, as the phone fell to the floor. Now, that is not in any way funny. It's tragic. I'm sure his parents were wondering, I don't even know how to deal with this. But this is the kind of cretinism that we are dealing with. Okay? Look at this other piece. A huge 400-man riot erupts after a skate park party is canceled at the last minute. Did you see, what was it, Howard University, the nursing school? People breaking windows at a university, the most prestigious black university. It was for, I think it was a nursing school. Did you see this? Did you see this lunatic, this absolute lunatic woman on Frontier or some airline? This moron. She was a grandmother. She's probably younger than me. She was sitting there and decides, I don't know where this is. It's like, the rules don't apply. I don't know if she's going gangsta, but she is talking to, and by the way, she's African-American, and the flight attendant who was trying to say, ma'am, would you know how it is when you're on a plane. Do you agree that you're going to help out in the event? Yes. Because I'm going to keep my emergency room extra, my extra leg room. So I'm going to say whatever you want. That's what rational people do. That's what smart people do. That's what they do. They say this. They of course. Not her, for reasons no one can decipher. Miss Obstinate decided that she was going to say no. Because the best one's coming up. You're going to love this one. That she, by the way, I got to get the name of this one story. The best one's coming up. Anyway, she decides, oh, no. No, she pulls like one of these. I guess it's Jasmine Crockett kind of. We're not gonna take this shit. This is in Congress. Now, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene's worried about indictable offenses. And AOC, okay, girlfriend, baby girl. Okay, I mean, I don't know what's going on here. But we're living in Jerry Springer meets Ricky Lake meets something. This group of folks that say we don't have to abide by the rules. The more egregious, the more crazy, the more demented our reaction is, the more insane it is, the better it is, the crazier it is. From a woman who's sitting in an air, she says, "You don't understand. I gotta pick my grandbaby up." I say, "I don't care. What does this have to do with it? No, you don't understand me." And she's yelling and screaming, and they take her off in handcuffs because she's a moron. This is a moron. This is culture, education, stupidity, inbreeding, drugs, alcohol, society, social media. I don't know what it is. All combined into this concatenated ball of illiterate lunacy. It's incredible. It's this for no reason. And everybody gets arrested and thrown in jail, and people at a skate park, 400 people. Why? At Howard University. This was a day of, okay, you can't get in. I'm not going to break a window. Okay, they sold too many. Okay, all right. I'm not going to break a window. Break a window? Why? What am I, stupid? Oh, no. But this next one, and I love this. I love it because I love pointing out something that is so monumentally stupid. Stupid people are far too protected here. I want to give you a name of this one group of my favorite one. This is this one we could break down at so many levels. I want to hear this. I want you to see this one thing. Pardon me. I had this. I know it's here. Just a minute. Okay, either way. This was the event. This event took place. This one. Abby Phillip and Mr. Cameron, a.k.a. Born Nay, N-E versus N-E-E, Cameron Giles. This is a rapper. Another fairly, though made some good points, uses the word egregious, which is good. But Abby Phillip, who I would say, excuse me, why is Abby Phillip on with Cameron? Can you explain to me? Is there any reason for this other than the fact that it's the way it is? Is there anybody? Because if I was Abby's manager, or whatever, I'd say, you didn't put her on because she's black and he's black. You didn't do that, did you? You didn't do this, did you? You didn't just figure, well, she'll know, because if that's the way it is, that's wrong. Because she is eloquent, well-spoken, knows what she's talking about. And this judge rule, I don't even know what. So they were responding to the story specifically about Mr. Diddy. Mr. Diddy. Let me make sure the volume is up for our dear friend. And listen to this. Now, first of all, you'd say, I know you got to wear the glasses, but the lights from the whatever it is, it's apparently going to shine through this, because he's going to sit there dressed, so much for the bling. He's blingless here. Very minimalistic as to the bling. And by the way, if you notice, Abby's face kind of shows you the revulsion that she is anticipating regarding the interview with this brain surgeon, Mr. Cameron.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
Now, before we begin, I got to tell you something. Don't you love the way they did Diddy, Cassie? Did Star? Did when you and old dirty bastard and big filthy D and Biggie D, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Buzz, Johnny Balls, when you and Cassie, when you and Larry, only in this particular milieu do you have names of people that there's no. I want to see William F. Buckley. When you and Charlie, who? De Gaulle. Oh, okay. When you and George, who? Bush. Oh, okay. When you and it's just this right off the bat, she's showing a familiarity. Like we should know Cassie. She got named Cassie. Yeah, okay. All right, okay. Fair enough. Maybe if you were like a professional wrestling, when you and the Warrior, that kind of may work, whatever. But right off the bat, and then the next question is you got to ask, why is he there? What level of expertise will this jadrul add to the horror that we witnessed regarding this brutal beating of Cassie?
First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
Now, right off imagine also tuning in just now and thinking, what is this, CNN?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video was egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of them.
I don't support all the charges that are alleged against him. So you don't think the charges hold weight, or you don't support the behavior that gave rise to the charges? You see where we are right off the bat.
That trafficking minors, domestic violence, I'm totally
Valance, the man who killed Liberty Valance.
That's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it.
Okay.
So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it.
And by the way, the past tense of C, I know. You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of Teresa Giudice on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Oh, no, I should have went to college, I seen that. Weird, basic, just past tense. And this is across the board. This is rudimentary. This is third grade English. This is where we are, folks.
No, being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
he sounds like Dennis Rodman, doesn't he, in a way?
Did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said?
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all?
Now, catch this again. You got to...
In the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. No, being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said?
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize?
Don't you know what I'd be recognized? First of all, this jadrul doesn't understand that recognize means not. Can you point him out? Do you see the man in court today? Who is that? That's right. No, that recognition is one thing. We're talking about, is this behavior commensurate with the Diddy that you knew? Who doesn't understand this? Seriously.
Thing I just said.
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I've seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I've seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or not.
I didn't do a zoom in to verify, to authenticate the identity of him. No, that's not what you're told. This is it, my friend. He's 48 years old, this guy, I think, something like that. This is not a kid.
But he admitted it was him, so yeah, it was him.
Yeah, he did admit, and that's a very interesting point. We'll talk about that because you authenticated it. So you have waived any objection you may have later on in any trial when they use that against you as some prior bad act, as they did to Weinstein and others. You now waived any objection to authentication because you, like a schmuck, went out and appeared before the world for reasons I will never know. Again, cretins.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide, for Cassie.
This is CNN. Remember this, James Earl Jones? This is CNN. What is this?
But what I think about it don't matter.
So why in the hell did you get this guy? Did you do a pre-interview? Have you ever done one of these CNN things? Oh my God. In the old days when I would go on, not anymore, but they would always have this producer who would say, okay, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And they would interview you sometimes to the point of exhaustion because none of the questions that they ask you would ever make it to the actual show. But did anybody talk to this idiot and find out what are you going to talk about? And if he said this, would they say, or do they say, we need a rapper? Yeah, who is it? I don't care. You got a black guy? Yeah, put him on. But he's not very, put him on. We don't know who he is. Put him on. Cameron, Blaze, Days, Biggie, Fat. But just put him on. We don't know. They're fungible. And by the way, get the Abby, you're going to be doing this. What? We're going to be doing World Economic Forum. We're going to be doing, and your big career boost is going to be interviewing this Jadrul. Why? Well, see, that's the part that I would object to if I were Abby. I'd say, why am I talking to him? Put him on with, I don't know anybody else who's on that show. By the way, Abby Philip singular, has been apparently destined for greatness. She replaced Don Lemon, who, by the way, wondered whether black holes exist in our atmosphere. Don Lemon, who basically went after Elon Musk. Don Lemon, who is laboring under a delusion of competence, which we'll address at another time.
He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace.
Mm-hmm. I love it. With Mace. Who? She makes you sound, am I supposed to know who? I guess he's a big name. Okay, I'll leave you with that. When you were talking to old dirty slime bag, dirty bitty Diddy, when you were talking to Titty Bitty, and you were talking to Mace and Grace and Dave, you know, Cassie, Mace, sure. Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe there's a conversion. I admit, this is not my bailiwick. This is not my area. Sorry. Opera too. That's not my thing. So anyway, for some reason they thought, let's really elevate the level of this conversation by going back to his podcast. Listen to these. William F. Buckley, Meeting of the Minds. I don't think so. Listen to this interview.
Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Now, first, I dig the shades. I love the pocket square. I don't even know what this is. Very Paul Stewart-esque. Really, I mean, just shove that thing in there. Put a tablecloth in there. I like that. I like the grace. And it has that Nathan Wade kind of a style, the herringbones and the like. Very, very good. I like this. Well, this is Mace, by the way. And Mr. Cameron is saying, you took me to Biggie. You didn't take me to Sean Diddy. Why not? Why wouldn't you take me, a young fledgling rapper, to Diddy?
Man, it's almost going to bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care whether I'm the only person. The moment you say axe, It's fingernails on a chalkboard. You can pretend it's not. You can say, oh, no. It is. It's like, okay, all right. Okay. You were doing great. You got egregious in there. Axe puts you minor league. Puts you there. And that's it. That's it. And how many people do you think have no idea that it's not correct? How many people do you know? How many people do you think have no clue it's incorrect? I had to say that.
Instagram, man. Don't have me us out here crying and shit, man.
Crying and shit. This is from CNN. They didn't even listen to this. The Mace interview. Could you at least?
I want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
What the was that about? This is CNN. Ted Turner's thinking, what is this? These internecine battles, because Biggie would have taken Biggie because shitty and Diddy and Titty and Witty and a big boy and Mace and Grace and Biddy. See, when Cassie and Flashy, when Big Turd and met with Big this is let me just try this again. This used to be CNN.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something?
Now wait, watch this first. Abby, do you know what you're doing here? Did you get any clearance? Did you have any say in this? Did they ask you or inquire of you? Do you want to talk to this? This woman she's good. Have you seen her? You're stopping what you're doing hard news to talk to this. Are you trying to add complexity to an interview nobody cares about? Why? And why did they pick you? I'd be very upset with this. This is like, would they ask Ted Koppel? Dad, we're talking today to Cameron. Cameron, when you and Mace were talking about Diddy and old dirty bat. That's more of a Cronkite thing. Did you ever consider the fact? Now, watch what he's doing. You're going to love this. This is great. Here we go. He's about to drink something. Remember the guy who committed suicide in a courtroom? He drank something and it was cyanide. Remember that? That's not it, so don't worry about that. He took, by the way, Cameron, by the way, he voiced his support for the Stop Snitching movement on an appearance with Anderson Cooper. He was support for the Stop Snitching. Don't snitch. Snitches get stitches, bitches. Okay, hang on a minute. There is a substance that he is promoting. You're going to love this. Where is this? I do not know why I'm having a difficult time finding it because you've got to know it. You're going to be drinking this. He's drinking. It's a sex drink. Did you see the sex drink he was drinking? It's a sex drink. You're going to love this. I'm going to get some cheeks. Oh, no. See, I watch this, so you don't have to watch this. Hang on a minute. By the way, did you know that Philip was elevated to the 10 p.m. slot once held by Don Lemon in 2023? The program expanded to 5 nights a week after the flop talk show King Charles, starring Gayle King and Charles Barkley, was canceled. That was the worst abortion ever since the Magic Johnson talk show. The Chevy Chase talk show. Remember that one? Oh my God. Some horrible radio talk shows. 2 of the worst I ever heard. Alan Dershowitz on WABC years ago and Mario Cuomo. Oh God. Absolutely just horrid. I don't know where in the name of this stuff is called Mule. Hang on a minute. Now, I'm not trying to push this, though I would like to be there is this stuff he's got. It's called, whatever. I can't find the damn thing. Anyway, listen to this. Let's watch this. I'm sorry. I was trying to find it for you because I know you wanted to go out and buy it. I'll dig this.
Known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
See that? Look at this. She's wondering, what the hell?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint.
Horsepower. He's gonna get some cheeks. Now, is that what I think it means? Are we talking about nalgas? Are we talking about steatopygian butox? Look at her face like, what the hell? I was saying before I forgot. She had a very good, she worked with the Obama administration, and she was really, she's on her way. She was on her way to a real important move, and then this move came along. Oh, do you know, by the way, that Cameron in 2014, do you know that he was selling Ebola masks with his own face on them? He also pitched his own line of toilet paper. You understand that? Did you dig this? I can't find the name of this thing. Anyway, sorry about that.
I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how.
I like that, brother. Bruvvah. And it's also, you know who does that too? Rusty, what's his name? Not Rusty Nails. The British dude. It's a Cockney kind of a thing. Like Keef. You know, remember they called the Keith Richards Keef. In any event.
Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. And I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean,
she won't stop. You got to hand it to her. She just keeps going. He goes, and the industry. She's asking this guy to basically rat out the industry.
So many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know that.
Who is the talent? Can we do this again? Please, let's break this one down. This says it all. Who is the talent agent for this joint?
Pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this.
You think I sit around and watch what Diddy do? Do what Diddy? Diddy dum, Diddy do.
It was a Diddy joint that invited me to. Yeah, who booked me for this joint?
Who booked me for this joint? Now check her out. Look at this. Her career has just hit a major roadblock with Mr. Giles here.
All right.
Wow, and I'll be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks.
Man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. You enjoy.
Unbelievable. What doesn't this just kill you? This is where we are. This is news. I love it. Oh, I love it. Don't get me wrong. This, I plead guilty. You want to talk about Michael Cohen again? Please. We've heard everything there is. This is CNN. Incomprehensible gibberish. Let's stop for 1 second right now, but talk about something that's non-gibberish, something that is critical, something that does affect all of us. And that's the notion of what are you going to do in the event that when you're out looking for cheeks. We're not talking beef cheeks or grouper cheeks. We're talking, I guess. But in the event of a food emergency, food insecurity, what do you do? You go to preparewithlionel.com. Listen carefully, my friends. Preparewithlionel.com and take these words of advice to heart. It's no longer a question of if something catastrophic is coming, it's when. And while you still have some control, what are you going to do about it now to prepare? Well, your first step is going to my website, preparewithlionel.com. And for a limited time, take $200 off a 3-month emergency food supply. My Patriot Supply is equipped to help you and your family to prepare. They've helped over 2 million families already. These 3-month kits with ready hour foods provide over 2,000 calories every day with 22 varieties and a 25-year shelf life. Breakfast, lunches, dinners, drinks, snacks, everything. And they're sealed inside 6 rugged waterproof buckets, and they're over 120 pounds of food. So take advantage right now and go to preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com. One more time, preparewithlionel.com. He, Mr. Giles, apparently on his Instagram said, they invite me on CNN for they invite me. I mean, this if ever, let me just explain something to you. You know, every now and then someone will come along and they'll say, what was the lowest part of our civilization? We are seeing this. I was never so imbued in a world like this. Let me go back, and I want you to listen very carefully to this. There's a show, very interesting. It's called 30 for 30 or something along those lines. And it was on ESPN or something. Anyway, it's on Netflix. And they talked about how do athletes lose all their money. And one of them was these young kids have incredible physical talent, but they find themselves all of a sudden in the world of sports. They have $10, $15 million, $20, $30, $50, whatever, $1 million signing bonuses, and they get in there and there's nobody to watch them. A lot of these kids are from poor environments, no fathers, no family members to watch them, nobody to guide them. No money managers. They're ripped off by everyone. But one of the things that they all say is that they are so propelled by what happens in the world of music. Music is critical to them. They are so propelled by this. What happens is they want to mimic and do anything they can to mimic this particular world about bling and cars and platinum and champagne and hookers and strip joints. And they don't know any better. And they will look to the rap world. The rap world was this artificially created sense of bling. I say bling a lot because I'm hip. People like Jay-Z and others with platinum. Who knows? You know what? That might have been a good investment. Maybe. So all of a sudden they're saying, I want to do that. So whatever appears, whatever is considered, this is what you should aspire to. Not Denzel Washington, not Barack Obama. No. Harvard Law School. Well, that's another story. But anyway, no. It's going to be this guy. This. How about that kid who is playing with guns on Instagram? Darwin's right. It's a tragedy, but please. I'm telling you, Terry Kath, the greatest guitar player, 32 years old, 1978. He should have known better. Anyway. So now all of a sudden, we have this exposure of this. And you realize, are these rappers like this? Yes. It is a world of cretinism. Now, you have some people who are involved themselves who are very smart. Oprah. Oprah's not this. No. But you have these folks. And then you have this in this. How do I say this? You have this rap version, and it fuels into social media platforms. Social media platforms then compound or reiterate the idea, the stance, the position that this is a way to act. This is how you get these idiot, lunatic women on airplanes who, what have you, these brawls, this Jasmine Crockett, this you get used to this. It's this new world that we're in. It's this insanity. And social media begets social media, so to speak. It promotes these things over and over again. And then you have CNN, which is scraped. There is no bottom. There is no barrel. The barrel is gone. You're now digging into the ground. You've gone through the bottom of the barrel. And they hand this woman this gibberish nonsense because I'll bet you some hair bunned, Birkenstock wearing, cloth bagged doofus named Morgan figured out, well, we got to talk about Diddy. Why don't you get a rapper on? How about this guy? Okay. And whether he knows anything, it doesn't matter. And CNN is thrilled because somebody was watching CNN, not because of Abby Phillip, but because of this train wreck, this colossal. This is where we are right now. So then you got Diddy, who's a moron, a monosyllabic oaf, a Boeotian, a cretin. Then you got this guy. He's John Gielgud compared to the rest of these people. This is where we're going. Now, let me stop right there. You think I'm being unfair, don't you? Yes, you do. You think I'm being unfair? Yes, you do. No. This has been going on forever. Let me tell you this much. When we were kids, when I was a kid growing up as a kid in the 60s, a kid, and all of the rock stars, we just kind of look at them like, there's Jerry Lee Lewis. Okay, there's Elvis. Okay. You didn't really know them. You just kind of saw them. Well, first came the Beatles, and everybody wanted to be the Beatles, right? Everybody. They started to actually speak. They did this Liverpudlian faux people trying to imitate, like Jimmy Fallon, who wants to interview, who wants to be this particular style. So all of a sudden, people were doing, Paul does that goofy, weird kind of always upbeat and he's happy. And remember the Beatles interviews? Remember they were always it was glad to be here. They were very cheeky lads. I think that's he pushes cheeks, by the way. Cameron's going after cheeks. These are cheeky lads. And they and people, this is so they're kind of funny. And Ringo would do this stuff. And Paul, I can't do the Liverpool. Anyway, that was that kind of funny. So people acted like that. That's to be a rock star. You want to do that? Oh, we're the whoever we are. We're having fun. We're having great. Okay, great. Not only that, there was a proliferation of British. The blues R&B people wondering, what the hell are we doing here? Anyway, then came the Stones. Then it began, and then there's Keith, to use a Russell Brand who does that weird Cockney pronunciation. Keith, Muffer, Uffer, Fuffer. What the hell's going on here? Anyway. Then the key goes, what's the matter with him? Is he a stroke? No, he's on heroin. Yeah, that was Keith. Remember when Keith had no teeth? Remember that? Because he was afraid of teeth, dentist when he was a kid because they pulled his teeth out. He had no teeth. Then all of a sudden he put these big choppers in right now. He can't close his mouth. These big, white, brilliant choppers. Say, oh, those are your teeth. Huh? Yeah, okay. It's just like Chris Squire. I'm not Chris Squire. Yes, the what's his name? The guitar player who now has teeth like a picket fence, like piano teeth. I don't know what the hell happened to him. In any event, so then the interviews became the rough, druggy, the not communicative. I don't know. Then Dylan, probably the best. Incoherent. The man, the poet of the ages. He just, oh my God, he was the most brilliant person. Remember this? He was just, but then his interviews. He said, well, how would you describe? I always think of myself as a song and dance man. So they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing today. You act like the, oh, is this the way you, yes. Is this the way we act? Yes. If you're going to go on, if you're going to be a rapper of any note, wear shades, wear something, be as always seem bored. Always remember that look. Remember, who was it who started the look, the Biggie look, the say disgust, contempt. Everybody did the contempt look. Okay. And you come out and the old remember years ago when, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was, and the problem is, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. And everybody said, know what I'm saying. It's just like we did with the Beatles. It's just like we did with the Stones. It's what we do. It's kids will mimic anything. So if I want to be you, and if everybody talks about you, and if I'm listening to you, and if this is your thing, I'm going to. Somebody wears a big clock. Who was it? Jazzy, Josie, Jizzy, what a cheesy. This one, Grandmaster shit, whatever. He wears a clock. I'm thinking, come on. And he said, yeah, they're going to wear a clock, but you can't wear a clock around like a West Bend, something in your kitchen. They did. Gold teeth here. They did. They did. Tattoos too. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not even going to discuss that because I've said too much about tattoos. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. We are being exposed to this. Many of us are saying, forget the story about Diddy. These people are cretins. Oh, and Diddy's the billionaire. He's the billionaire. And then when we get to the bottom of Diddy, we find out that there are sex trafficking rings, there is predation, and there are so many people who are shitting bricks, hoping to God that this thing ends and ends now. And for the second time now, they're doing this. Why did they do this? Why did they raid his house and let him go? And this Ben Bronfman, the best lawyer, why would you let your guy talk? Ben absolutely probably says, you're not going to say, there's no way. Oh, she's a money hungry. Did you hear that? And Ben's the best. Wow, these people are money hungry. Did you see Diddy just absolutely just drag this woman around? This is incredible. My friends, what is the next generation? Where are black leaders to come forward and say, this is not what you should aspire to? This is not it. I mean, if everybody in my generation, if everybody wanted to be Alice Cooper and sounded like Alice Cooper and looked like Alice Cooper and did this faux satanic stuff, I think people would say, now, wait a minute, you can't be Alice Cooper. But where's the black community? I don't understand it. What is happening? Now, when I say the black community, please, we got 14% of the population. We're only talking about a few people. I understand that. Please, I get it. Mario Cuomo and a lot of people said, do not think of us as the mafia. They would always say that. We are not, this is not who we are. This is not who we are. We are not in. I remember years ago, somebody said from the Asian community, we're not all into martial arts. And what is this? Where is the message? Where is the Al Sharptons or whoever the hell is in charge? Just say, this has got to stop. And then every now and then you'll hear Bill Cosby, before his own problem, talk about families and pull your pants up and doing this. What is this? And who in the hell from CNN was the moron who says, let's pick this guy? And if I were Abby Phillip, I would storm into the news director and say, did you pick this because I'm black? Is that it? Do you think I've got some kind of conversance with this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why did you pick me for this? Why was I asking this moron these in-depth questions? Well, do you believe that Mace in his interview with you was intimating by virtue of his incredulity over the propriety of placing you with Diddy versus that of a more, let's say, culturally and musically amenable label such as Shug, GP. I think they'll Abby. Now, I'd love to ask Abby, did you give a shit about this? No. What is the point of this? Why did they keep making you ask these questions? Yes, Mr. Cameron, could you please take us, if you will, to a historical journey from Duke Ellington, the Cotton Club, Josephine Baker, Billy Strayhorn, Take the A Train, through Bebop, Thelonious Monk. Do you remember James Baldwin? Do you remember when the voice of Black America was eloquent? Take any of the, quote, radicals, H. Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael, Eldridge Cleaver, go down the list. Nobody. The thing that, and Baldwin, did you ever see James Baldwin in his debate with William F. Buckley at Oxford? Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Angela Davis. Jesse Jackson, who had an accent but was literate and spoke perfectly. It was an accent. This is not an accent. This is not an accent. I'll tell you who also is, I don't really watch him anymore, is Al Sharpton. But now we're getting it. Now remember, these individuals are saying, look, we're not spokespeople for the Black community. I got it. But we're hearing more and more and more. So you've got young people right now who don't know any better, and they're thinking, this is the way I should speak. I identify with this. I'm going to speak as, and then you get a Tiffany Henyard, and I don't know if anybody's even out there saying, what is this? How is this? And I'm serious about something. I don't know if any other country or any other civilization tolerates, allows, and heralds out of a sense of fear anybody saying this is ridiculous. This is gibberish. There's no other. It's incredible. And yet news sits by and they pretend like Abby Phillip. Oh, I see. And when you and May spoke, would you stop it? I'd like to ask him, have you been to grade school yet? Why did you always sound like this? What is the matter with you? You're almost 50 years old. What is this attitude of yours? You're coming on here and you're a 50-year-old man, 40, and you want to sell this moondog, reindeer, whatever the hell this bad bear, this quote sex stuff is, after you wanted to have an Ebola mask and you sold toilet paper, and you're on my show pushing this whatever the hell this thing is, this Viagra, Ersatz Viagra simulacrum on my show, and you're going to go out and get some cheeks. God forbid some young black young man who says, is this the way? Is this good? Is this what I aspire to? Okay. You're asking a man what he thinks about a woman being beaten and sexual exploitation in the music business, who is selling something and bragging how he's going to go out and get some cheeks. I think I know what that is. We have lost our minds. Do you hear what I'm saying? And we pretend we don't talk about it. We don't talk about anything. We lollygag. We approximate. That's what we do. We approximate. So let me tell you something, my friend. Let me put this into perspective and let me say things in a way that might make more sense to you, okay? This is an aberration. This is not representative of anything. Diddy and by the way, where's Cat Williams? The voice, the man who got everyone's attention. You don't think they got to Cat and said, you better shut up if you know what's good for you. You better keep your mouth shut. That goes double for you, Shay Shay. You got that? That was the most incredible. That was, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Where is he now? Because there's no control over this. There's no control. Do you know the other people involved? Do you know what we're hearing about this? When I tell you names, like just throw out every name you can, from the Kardashians to Kris Jenner to LeBron James to Oprah Winfrey. Just throw them all out. Throw them out. Cat Williams and this and just all of this group here. You always want people. Remember when I told you this? Listen to me carefully. Listen. I told you one time there was a fellow I knew. He was I think he's called a wise guy. And he said, why do you think the government has not stopped us? Meaning the LCN or the life. Why do you think? They could stop us in a heartbeat. They know who we are because we got big mouths to tell everybody. The reason why is they want our angles. They want our connections. They want our what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? They want our connectivity. They want our connections. They want all of our networks. They don't want to get rid of motorcycle gangs, the mob, the triads, the Albanians. No. Because you want them, and then you want to be able to use them. You want to be able to, if you need money, you can use their drugs. You can use their connections. You can use them to be the hitman and the like. And as my friend said, they want to put our blood in their veins. So when you send people out, there's a lot of people out there who are not billionaires, who are propped up, just like Les Wexner propped up Epstein. Epstein was created. Nobody questioned this. Do you know during the course of Epstein, a friend of mine at the time who was very, 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 very big, an actual, believe it or not, in the hedge funder said, we know everybody. We know every hedge funder. Never heard of this guy. Never heard of Epstein. Where'd that come from? Nobody asked that question. Because Americans, for the most part, sit back and they just accept everything as is. Now you sit back. And better yet, lie back, my friends. And know the difference between lie and lay. You got that? And listen to our good friends from MyPillow.com. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. It's time yet again, my friends, to hail and salute our great friends at MyPillow.com. And if you use promo code Lionel, you'll get a free gift. No purchase necessary. And yes, I know a free gift. It's a tautology, so sue me. But first, listen carefully. Check out their $25 extravaganzas. Premium My Pillows, Queen and King, My Pillow 2.0, My Pillow bed sheets, the lowest price ever. Sandals, slides, slippers, 6-piece towel sets, 4-pack dish towel sets. Simply and absolutely unbelievable. So go to mypillow.com/Lionel, mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, or call 800-645-4965, and watch how fast Mike Lindell answers the phone. MyPillow.com, simply and absolutely the best. What do you think about your boy RFK Jr. wanting to provide reparations for black landowners? Are you following this? Why is anybody taken in by this guy? How was anybody, seriously, anybody taken in by RFK? He sounded terrific at first, and then he realized, oh, okay. All right. He picks this Google woman to be his, I don't even know who else she is, his vice president. Now, you and I know a couple of things, and this is sad to say, and I mean it, and I'm sorry to say this. But one of the problems that we have is let me get this right here. One of the problems that we have is this. I do not care about J-Lo. I do not care. Oh, and how about this? Don't you love the story about Graceland? Oh my God. Fascinating. Here we go. RFK Jr. vows to give black farmers $5 billion in reparations should he win it. Kennedy, a one-time Democrat turned third-party insurgent, was speaking on a recent episode of his podcast with John Boyd Jr., founder of the National Black Farmers Association. Boyd is behind an effort to sue the Biden administration for watering down a proposed debt relief program aimed at helping people of color and socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers in the agricultural industry. The farmers did not receive the relief. Okay, fine. So Kennedy promised that he will get rid of the people who watered down the provision and get the money for black farmers when I'm in the White House. The $5 billion is not money. That is an entitlement. It's money that was a loan that black farmers were entitled to way back when and was stolen from them through discrimination. Bullshit. Come on, Bobby. Please. Do us all a favor. I hope you can winnow votes away from Biden, but you're not involved in this. You're not interested in this. You're not a part of this. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Let's just put it behind us. You're not serious about this. You got that? You're not serious about this. All right, my friends. That's it. You have a great and a glorious day. We'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Don't forget to sign up. I got a bunch of new videos coming up, new stuff for you to be a part of. And remember, use your head and just understand something. We are better than this, but we've got to call out those people who seek to destroy us politically, militarily, socially, economically, scientifically, culturally, you name it. We know better. We cannot let the cretins win. Have a great day, dear friends. Whatever change you made, that sincerely. And until then, remember, comment as you. No, that's not the wrong one. This is the wrong. That's my private channel. This is different. This is The Monkey's Dead. The show's over. Sue you. Ready? Da-da.